Hey, what's up? So in this new series, I'll be focusing on React query, and I will be using Chakra UI and the context API along the way. So to start, I will use the createAct app CLI tool to create my app. So you can do this without installing it using npx. So npx createAct app React query YouTube. You can call it anything you want. I already did this, so just cd into that and open it in any text editor you want. I'll be using Visual Studio Code. So npm run start. This will actually serve the website in localhost port 3000. So this is it. So let's do some cleanup stuff. I will remove the logo and the app CSS, and I will just return an h1 that says hello React query, and I will format the code. So let me remove this app CSS and the logo.svg, and this is it. Now to start, we need to install React Query and Chakra UI. So go to Get Started, Installation. So npm install React Query. And now let's go install the Chakra UI stuff. So get started and just copy all of these. And you can just add spaces between each package you want to install, and npm will install all of these. So to start, I will set up the Chakra UI theme. So theme.js, I will create this file here, and let me just look at the previous code that I wrote because I don't want to mess up anything. So first thing, I will import the extend theme function from Chakra UI /React. Now I will define a variable called config here, and this will have this initial color mode, and this will be equal to dark. By default, it will be light, but if you want to switch the dark mode, which they actually show in the website they have. So this is the light mode, this is the dark mode. So I'll be using their dark mode. I really liked it. So now export default, the retained value from the extend theme, and just pass to it the config. And this will be, or yeah, you will pass to it an object, the key config, and the value will be this object that we passed. For a shortcut, since the key and the value has the same token, or different, yeah, has the same token, so you can just do this. Remove the value and remove the colon, and this will work the same. So let's go to our app.js. I will convert this to an arrow function. You don't need to do this. I just like them this way. So from add Chakra UI React, Chakra UI provider, and let's wrap our app with that. Like this, and this will accept a theme as a props. I will pass to it our theme, which I will import and call it theme from theme.js. So now if you go to our app here, you will see it now. It has this dark theme from Chakra UI, which is very nice. Now to continue, let's actually import the React query providers because they also requires you to do this. So I think it's called React or query client provider and the query client constructor function or a class. I'm not sure how they implemented that. Yeah, it's a class. But first thing you need to define your base like client, or these are the configurations. So client or query client. So in this one, you can add your global configuration. So each query will you can think about it, each query will extend the configuration you put here. So this will be equal to this. By default, I will leave it without anything customized. And I will put here our client provider. And I think you guessed it, we can pass the client here. So query client. And nothing will change, but it actually works. If you open the console, no errors or no warnings. So there's something really cool I want to show you. So from React query /dev-tools, you can import, I think it's called, let me just check, I forgot. React query dev tool. This one. and just put it here like this. And this is something similar to the Redux dev tool, but I like that you don't need to install anything, and you don't need like to install this extension in your browser, which will show these like it's just here as an icon. Just let me close the profiler, this one highlight, and so it's just this one here, which is very nice. When you click on it, you will see each query that we made. You see some information about it and stuff like that. So yeah. Now the next thing, I just want to add a header to just show you Chakra UI. And yeah, let's just do that. So here I will create a folder. I mean, this is my way to do personal projects, not like professional projects, but I will create a folder called @UI, and I will create an alias. So in the videos that I I write in TypeScript, it's very easy to create an alias. You will go to the tsconfig, add a base URL, then you can just type import anything from @UI and continue your life. But here it's a little bit different. So I'll be using this package called, let me just bring it up. 1 second. I think a Krakow it's called. Yeah, Krakow. So let's go and install it. This allows us to modify the create React app configuration in very easy way. So let's go here and install it. And to work with it, we will create at the root of our project a file called krakow.config.js. And inside this file, we will extend, or everything we write here will be actually merged to the Webpack configuration that they have behind the scenes, because create React app actually uses Webpack. So, and yeah, that's it. Remember, we can't actually use import and stuff like that out of the box, because this will be a Node.js environment. Webpack uses Node.js. So that's something really important to remember. This is how you write it. This will be Node.js. So from the path module, which is built in Node.js, I will get the resolve function. Now to export something, module.exports. So this object will be merged to the Webpack configuration that they have. And the only thing I will do, I will have this Webpack key, I will have this alias, which is something in Webpack. So Webpack can have aliases. So instead of writing the whole path, you can reference some folder or module in like an alias. So @UI, I will resolve, start from the current directory name, which will be the root, and then go to source, then @UI. You can do this. And the cool thing with the resolve function, you don't need to like worry about the forward slash and stuff like that. Just put it and it will resolve everything for you. Just put the name without the forward slashes or back, and that's it, which is very nice. So for this to work, we need to do two things. First thing, we need to stop the server, because any change you do here won't be reflected unless you stop and run the server again. The second thing is to use Cargo for actually running our project or running our scripts. So let's go to the package.json, and as you can see by default, it uses the React scripts. So we should actually remove all of these four and just use Cargo like this. And now this will actually work the same. I think I made a mistake. Yeah, it's Krakow, sorry. Like this. So npm run start should work fine. And the cool thing is, or not the cool thing, something that I think you need to understand, in case you just don't know about it, when you install any package with npm, it will be inside your node modules, obviously, but from here you can reference these packages. That's why npm run start can actually access the Krakow package from the node modules and run it. So it will, when you type npm run start, Krakow start will be, or Krakow will actually be used from the node module, and it will pass with the start command, which is very nice. So just remember this. You can create any npm scripts any npm script that uses any package from your node module, which is very nice. So you can have Webpack installed in your node modules locally, not to globally, and use that from the node modules, which is very nice, especially when sharing projects with multiple people. You don't require them to install anything globally. Just install this package or this project, and that's it. Everything is included. Very nice. So this now will work fine, no errors. So what I am about to do now is to create my header, just to show to you the jQuery library, which I started to really like. So I will create an index.js in the @UI folder. This is how I usually, in my personal projects, do this kind of stuff. So here I will create a folder called app header, a folder, not a file. And inside of it, this will be a component. So, and an index, just this to export anything from this component. By default, it will only export one thing. And I'm using this extension called ES7 React and this stuff, then snippets, very nice. It allows me to do this. So RAFC will give me this boilerplate, or RS um, RAC or RAFCE. This is the one that I'm looking for. It will give me this. So I will remove this. Everything will stay the same. And I will go to the index here and import. Remember that I'm exporting this as the default export, which does not have a name. So I can do this. And this will actually, this is will reference the JSX function, or this function here. Okay, this component here. But I want to give it a named export. So I will do this. Or you can do two things. First thing, you can do export app header or const app header equal to s. But there is a better syntax from this, which combines them. So export, open a bracket or curly brackets, then the default export as the app header. And that's it. And let's go here and export everything from the app header index, or you can remove the index because by default it will always look for the index. And what this allows us is from anywhere from our app, we can just type import app header from @UI, and that's it. We don't need to worry about, hey, should I go up or down or anything. In a bigger project, this really helps every developer, but in a small project, this looks stupid. But yeah, it will really help in a big project. But yeah, anyway, so let's just put here anything. So app header like this. Let's come here. So from @UI, import app header. The annoying thing about this that we don't have autocomplete. In TypeScript, it will easily figure that out, but here no. So let's just put that here, and as you can see, we can see it, which is very nice. So let's go to the app header and actually build the header, which will be very simple. So I will return flex component. So it will be important like this. And you can actually change the actual DOM element will be displayed using the as props, so as nav. And I will give it flex of 1 and margin bottom of 4. You can do this or give it an actual number. Padding will be equal to 0.5 rem, and PG will be equal to purple dot 700. Or you can use the use theme hooks, but I think this is a better way. So another flex component, and a line will be, or no, I think I'll just have the heading component. This is like a heading, which means heading text, something like that, like h1 and h2. I'll type React query, and the size will be empty, like this. Now I will add like a spacer. So I want this like text, then space, then a button. So I'll add spacer flex element. I'll give it a flex grow of 1, which will like span for as much as it can. Now I'll have another flex component. I'll leave it like this. I will have a button and like this. So like this. So BG will be equal to inherent, which means it will be like transparent. It will display the parent background. And I think this will be it for this video. Like I'll put here just fetch posts, and this should be it actually. So yeah, but this one is like should be centered in the vertical alignment. So I think I can just put here a line center. Yeah, it's aligned like this. And here is the button. So in the next video, we'll be starting like I'll start showing you something I find it interesting. Or this is the first thing that I ask myself when I start using React Query, how I can fetch stuff on a click, because this package uses hooks, and you can't put hooks inside a callback function or a function. It's only inside a React component. So I'll show you that in the next video. But this is the actual header that we'll be starting. We will start working on. And in Chakra UI, you can actually import all of these in the same import. So just go to React and just go flex heading, and you can remove this one. Not sure if this supports tree shaking, but I'm gonna go with it. So yeah, this should be it. So to start actually working in React Query in the next video, we need some sort of an API. If you don't want to watch this part, feel free to go and just to stop. But I will just generate an API in front of you and put it. There is a repo. I'll put a link in the description that holds this code, so you can actually just copy paste that API. But yeah, you can just stop watching the video. But I'm gonna show you this tool. So it's called pollux. And I'll put a link in the description. If you hit generate or click on generate, it allows you to add these models or prototypes. So I will put this users model, for example, and here it is. So hit on the click button. I can give it an ID, name, email, password, and hit now OK. You'll see these four. Now select a function. So this will be a UUID. It will randomize a random UUID for each like user we generate. For the name, I will select the full name function. Email, I will select the email function. And for the password, we have a password function. Now we can put like, for example, 3000, and you can hit this like wizard icon. It will generate 3000 users based on the stuff that you actually specified. And I will show in a second how we can create an API with this, but this is the basic idea behind this tool. And to save your time, you can actually save these models. So I will save my users. Now hit refresh, you'll see nothing, but you can click this database icon and you will see all your models as a JSON. And you can click on the users and it will be loaded again with the same configuration you provided. Another thing in Pollux, we have this drag and drop interface. So everything exists here in this long and searchable drop down actually exists as drag and drop interface here. So these are the common stuff: ID, password, email, paragraphs, IP addresses, images, and here is everything we have, but you can search in them. So IP6, you'll see, or V6, I think. You'll see this IP6 model or sorry function. You can just drag and drop here, but there is a bug in the drag and drop interface or preview in Edge. It works fine in Chrome and Firefox, but in Edge it's a little bit like shallow, I think. Not sure if that's the correct word, but yeah, it's not actually that nice. So let me show it to you in Chrome. Yeah, I think so. Let's add anything. So yeah, it should look like this on Chrome. Interesting. I just realized I think this is a Windows issue, because in my Mac or Ubuntu it will works fine, but I think this is a Windows issue. But yeah, anyway, this is the package. You can save stuff. Let me show you how we can actually create an API with it. So I will load my posts. This is the actual model we will be working with it. We have ID, body, image, is archived or not, full name. This is the username that created this post. This is the post slug. We have a slug function. So I will type 5,000. So we can actually work on some pagination with React query. And now if you hit this, this will give you an API with only this model. If you hit this, this will give you an API for each model you define. You can define as much as you can models, and you can link them with this button, which creates a one-to-many relationship between them, and they will be nested when you generate the data. But yeah, I will put a link in the description for some of the videos I created on pollux. So I think this is getting very long, so let's just speed things up. So click on this. It will generate, or it will download this pollux API zip file. So let's actually go there. Let's actually go to our downloads. So let's actually extract that into our downloads folder. So here it is. It will give us these three files. So let's go to our Visual Studio Code, and I will create here at the root a folder called pollux-API, and I will just drag these three files inside of it. And now if you go to the README and see this, it will tell you how to run this API. This is our database, db.json, and this is how to run it. So npm install, npm run dev, and that's it. You will have a full-featured API, our RESTful API. You can CRUD, all the CRUD operations are supported. You can filter the data with the query params. You can create pagination, and yeah. And when you actually try to create a new data, it will be saved in this db.json at the end. So you can create a new data, you can delete, you can put, post, and stuff like that. So just, yeah, enough talking. Let's just continue. So cd into pollux. I'm gonna create a new one. I hope my face is not blocking this part, because this is the second time I'm recording this. So yeah, you can see it. So first thing, this cd into that and npm install. I think something that I should put into pollux, when you generate this API, I should give you a get ignore file, because now you will see that we will have plus maybe 2000 commits or files changed, as you can see, which is this node module. So you can just copy paste this one here, and this will resolve it. As you can see, we return to 15, or just to create your own get ignore file with only node module, and that's it, because this is the only file we need to ignore here. So yeah, I'll leave it like this. Maybe I'll do it. It's really easy. But yeah, now npm run dev, you will see it that we have this local host, then go to posts. So you see that we have this 5,000 posts, and we can actually do some query params. So question mark underscore limit 10. This will give us only 10 posts, and you can put any number you want. So 1, this will give us only 1 post. And with this, we can actually create pagination. So and underscore page will be equal to 10. So this is the 10th page, this is the 20th, and we will do pagination like that. And it's also support getting data by ID. So go to post, then /ID. This will give you a single object with that post. So yeah, it supports these kind of stuff, and this will be it. But the last thing, our React app and our API works on the same port. We need to change that. A simple way to just go here and npm run dev in the pollux API, give it -- port, then 3001. But this will not work, because this port 3001 should be passed to the JSON server CLI, which pollux uses behind the scenes. So this is the dev script. So JSON server, watch the DB JSON. If you want to pass any flags to this JSON server, you have two ways. You either put it here, so port 3001. But if you don't want to keep modifying this, so npm run dev another port 3001. The first -- tells npm, hey, don't pass these flags to the run script, pass them, or sorry, to the dev script, pass them to the actual script being run, which is the JSON server. So like we're nesting these. That is how I think about it. So as you can see now, it works on port 3001. I hope this video is not long but we need to set up this stuff. And yeah, that's will be it. In the next video, we will activate this button with React query, and we will fetch data on a click, and I'll show you a bunch of other stuff. And yeah, bye bye.